Today, we're going to take a look at the Gardyn home hydroponic system. This is version 2.0, an older model, but still very similar to the newer versions. I'm going to show you how to put it together, give you some tips on how to use it, and highlight what I like and what I hate about it as we go along. So you can decide if it's the right system for you. Coming up next on Hydro Solo. So up front, I bought this thing with my own hard-earned money. I'm not an affiliate with Gardyn or anything like that. So I don't make money if you run off and buy one. Okay, let's start by going over all the parts. The bottom is the reservoir. This is where all the nutrient water is stored, up to 5 gallons. My first gripe about this thing is this reservoir is not entirely opaque, meaning outside light can seep in, which isn't a bad thing, but does lead to algae growth, which also isn't a bad thing. It won't hurt your plants, but it's fucking gross and will compete for resources. Next is the lid. It's actually also the brains, because this is where the electronics are housed. It connects to the app to control all the stuff, which I'll show in a bit. On the bottom side of the lid, there's a pump, this thing. When fully operational, the pump lowers into the reservoir to suck up nutrient water, pushes it through this distribution manifold, up each tower, then the water trickles back down into the reservoir. The lid slips right on top of the reservoir, like this. It has these curved stump things that the grow lights will attach to. These 3 tube-looking ports are where the plant unit things attach and stack to form the towers. This version has a total of 10 individual plant unit things that twist and lock into place for each outlet. The tubing connected to the pump runs through these grooves in each unit to the top where it's forced to curve where the water comes out. This gives you the potential to grow up to 30 individual plants, which is my first like. It's the volume of plants you can grow in a relatively compact space. Now, you can't grow 30 massive plants, but it's perfect for growing herbs and/or leafy greens at scale. On the lid is also this on-off switch and button. The button is for turning it on and off, like, duh. I know how fucking buttons work. The grow lights connect to these curved stumps on the lid. It can be a bit tricky to get the connector to seat properly, so be careful because it's delicate. Once it's connected, it slides into place. At the top, we put these caps on to keep water from spraying all over your nice goddamn fake wood floors. Then connect up this stability bar that also fixes the lights in place at the top. Oh, the lights also have cameras built in. Using the app, you can see your plants from wherever in the world you happen to be. Cool feature, but I haven't found it that useful. Which brings me to my second like. It's how aesthetically pleasing it is. Look at it! Like Grandma sculpted it out of raw marble herself, in between drags on her corncob pipe or something. Okay, let's hook it up and test if it works. Plug it in, flip on the switch, then follow the instructions to hook it up to Wi-Fi and connect it to the app. The lights should pop on now, and we can control them with the app. Now fill it with a couple gallons of water to test the functionality. Lower the pump into the reservoir. Using the app, go to the watering section and turn on the pump for a test. Make sure that A, the pump kicks on, and B, water is flowing through all 3 towers all the way to the bottom. And this is my second hate. Sometimes the super flexible tubing gets pinched or something, and water doesn't flow through all of the towers. So it's a good idea to test the setup before loading it with plants, and it becomes a bigger pain in the ass to fix it. Okay, now that water is trickling through all the towers and everything seems functional, let's talk about plants. Gardyn will push you to subscribe to everything. Their branded seed pods, the app, the right to exist, or whatever, because everything is a goddamn subscription now. I'm not playing that game. Each plant site has this mini reservoir that catches water as it trickles down and provides the plant a nice drink between watering cycles. It's a nifty design that doesn't require the pump to run continuously. Now, this little net cup fits in the mini reservoir and holds the medium and plant. Gardyn sells these loaded with seeds, which I encourage you to buy to keep them in business. But here's a hack! You can get some 2-inch net cups, like these, and a pallet of these little rock wool cubes, which fit perfectly in the mini reservoir like this. It's cheaper and also opens up the variety of plants you can grow. You're welcome, fellow penny pinchers. So the whole plant assembly, the mini reservoir net cup combo, slips into the plant site, which are conveniently alternating left and right to give some headroom for the plants to grow into. Now, Gardyn recommends changing out the reservoir every month, which is a good idea. Wasteful as shit, but still a good idea.
Because the nutrient water becomes unbalanced as the plants grow and take it up. So it's a good idea to do a reset about every month, but you can get away with a less frequent schedule.
Which brings me to my third hate. It's a pain in the ass to do this. You have to gently remove the entire top assembly, trying not to spill the water and plants all over the goddamn place. Then you gotta dump whatever nutrient water is in the reservoir. Then clean it out because algae is gross, remember? Then gently put the entire assembly back on top of the reservoir. Again, without spilling water all over the goddamn place. And then fill it back up with water and more nutrients. And then hope everything still functions correctly. When I'm done with a grow, I rip out all the plants, then break the entire thing down. I toss each of the individual plant sites in the dishwasher and let it do its thing. I scrub out the reservoir real good, using vinegar or a tiny bit of bleach to murder off any malicious intruders that will be a bad influence to my plants. Then put it all back together again and start over. Now let's talk about the cost. Oh my fucking God, the cost. Right now, all this can be yours for the low, low price of, $850? This is for the latest and greatest, version 4.0. But you can score version 3.0 for the low, low, budget-friendly price of, $695. Ouch. But we like math around here, so let's do some of it.
Because the whole point is to grow your own veggies so you don't have to buy them in the goddamn store. So you have to think about this in the long run, as if you're going to use this thing over and over and over again.
If you can grow 30 heads of lettuce every 60 days, which isn't unreasonable, that'll give you about 180 heads of lettuce every year. At Whole Foods right now, one head of romaine lettuce is about $2 per head. So $2 times 180 equals $360. So you'd need to grow 180 heads of lettuce every single year for the next 2.5 years to pay for the thing. 2.5 years. And hope it doesn't explode in your face before then. That's excluding the ongoing cost, potential parts replacement, the cost of water and electricity to run the thing, nutrients and all that shit. It doesn't seem worth it on the surface, does it?
Like $850 buys a lot of cocaine and maybe a stripper or two for a couple of hours.
But those heads of romaine you're going to grow yourself have hidden benefits. They're a bit more nutritious and delicious because you can harvest them and eat them on the spot without having to wait for it to be shipped from, God knows where. And having green inside your house improves your mental health and overall well-being immeasurably. Also, there's something satisfying about growing your own, that sense of accomplishment that you shouldn't discount. And you can grow other things in here too, like strawberries, kale, tomatoes, cucumbers, and mango trees. But even with all that, cost is still my fourth hate. Because Gardyn is going to try and get you to subscribe to their app and subscribe to their seed pods relentlessly. Like, to the point of maybe driving you insane. And in this crumbling world where insane is the norm, more insanity doesn't seem like the solution. So the bottom line here, should you buy one of these or not? You're not going to like my answer because, like everything, it depends. I like it because it's a well-designed system that allows me to grow a lot of simple produce relatively easy. And it looks good in the home, but it is expensive up front and maintenance can be a pain to the point you may stop using it. My final recommendation, if you're just starting out, don't bother. Build a simple DIY system to get a feel for if you're going to stick with this whole indoor gardening thing or not. Get some grows under your belt. But if you've been growing for a while and have a good system in place and you want a quick way to scale, go for it. But not if you're going to miss your next rent payment. Let me know in the comments what you think. I've been Aaron. This is Hydro Solo. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Kale tastes like dirt. Dirt is in the earth. It's what plants eat, right? So if I eat that, the plants eat the dirt. Dirt is good. Therefore, dirt is healthy. Does that track? Yeah. I'm always right. Never wrong. Have a great day.